There exists a small island nation so tiny you could walk its entire length in just a few hours, yet it holds incredible secrets of history, nature, and humanity. What happened to this once dreamlike island of prosperity in the Pacific? Stay until the end to uncover the answers. Nauru, officially known as the Republic of Nauru, is a small island country located in Micronesia in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. It lies about 25 miles, or about 40 kilometers, south of the equator, approximately 800 miles, which is about 1,300 kilometers, northeast of the Solomon Islands, and about 186 miles, about 300 kilometers, east of Banaba Island in Kiribati, its closest neighbor. The name Nauru is believed to derive from the Nauruan word anauero, meaning I go to the beach. Spanning an area of just about 8 square miles, or about 21 square kilometers, Nauru is the smallest country in the South Pacific, and the third smallest in the world, after Vatican City and Monaco. From an aerial view, the small island appears almost perfectly round, resembling a green jewel amidst the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Its coastline stretches approximately 18.6 miles, which is about 30 kilometers, encircled by natural coral reefs that add to its pristine, tranquil, and captivating charm. Nauru is one of the few countries in the world where you can explore the entire nation on foot. Walking at an average speed of about 3 miles per hour, or about 5 kilometers per hour, it would take just 4 to 5 hours to circle the small island. The coastal paths, surrounded by coral reefs and vast ocean views, make this walking experience both unique and fascinating. With such a compact size, getting around Nauru is remarkably simple. The most common modes of transport include motorcycles, bicycles, and walking. The idea of traversing an entire country in just a few hours intrigues and surprises many visitors. Nauru is an uplifted coral atoll, formed over millions of years as ancient coral reefs were raised by the shifting movements of the Earth's crust. This geological process has given Nauru a unique structure, with limestone deposits covering much of the island's interior. These limestone formations, a result of coral reef fossils and sedimentation, bear witness to the powerful forces of nature. The island can be divided into 2 distinct zones, the low-lying coastal area and the central plateau, each with unique characteristics. The coastal region. The coastal areas of Nauru are flat and narrow, where most residents live and where economic and administrative activities are centered. These areas are surrounded by fringing coral reefs, which not only enhance the island's natural beauty, but also act as natural barriers, shielding the land from wave action and erosion. During low tide, these reefs become visible, hosting a rich and diverse ecosystem of marine life. The Central Plateau. The interior of the island is a limestone plateau that was once rich in phosphate deposits. However, decades of extensive mining have left the area barren, with dry, rugged terrain, a stark contrast to the lush greenery of the coastal regions. As of 2024, Nauru's population is estimated at around 12,500 people, roughly the size of a small town. Given the limited land area, population density is relatively high, with most residents concentrated along the coastal areas. The majority of Nauruans are indigenous Micronesians who form the backbone of the island's cultural identity. Traditionally, Nauruan society was divided into 12 clans or tribes, each playing a vital role in the community, and symbolized by the 12-pointed star on the national flag. Notably, Nauruans trace their lineage through matrilineal descent, emphasizing the role of women in preserving and passing down familial heritage. Historically, Nauruan culture has been influenced by neighboring Polynesian civilizations and interactions with Western countries during the colonial era. This blending of influences has resulted in a rich cultural tapestry, evident in the islanders' close-knit community life and traditional family values. Unlike most countries, Nauru does not have an official capital. Instead, its administrative and government offices are located in Yaren District, situated in the southern part of the island. Yaren serves as the hub for essential institutions, including government offices, the legislature, and national administrative centers. However, unlike traditional capitals worldwide, Yaren holds no official designation, functioning instead as the island's de facto administrative heart. Due to its coral island geography, Nauru lacks natural freshwater sources, such as rivers, lakes, or streams. This makes securing a reliable water supply a significant challenge for the nation. To meet daily needs, Nauruans rely on two main sources: rainwater harvesting. This eco-friendly method involves collecting rainwater through gutters and channeling it into large storage tanks at homes, public facilities, and schools. During the rainy season, November to February, this water supply is typically sufficient for basic needs such as drinking, cooking, and sanitation. However, it is limited by storage capacity and annual rainfall. In the dry season, March to October, shortages often occur, requiring supplementary sources. Seawater desalination. To address water shortages during the dry season, Nauru uses reverse osmosis desalination technology to convert seawater into drinkable fresh water. While crucial during droughts or low rainfall, this system is expensive to operate, particularly for a small nation with limited financial and energy resources. Desalination systems depend heavily on imported fuel for energy, posing risks in the event of supply chain disruptions. Moreover, the saline wastewater produced during this process can harm marine environments if not properly managed, presenting economic and environmental challenges for Nauru. Nauruans have developed creative ways to ensure food sustainability, adapting to their island's unique conditions. One notable method is aquaculture in Buwada Lagoon, the island's only brackish lake. Residents capture small abija fish from the ocean and gradually acclimate them to freshwater conditions in the lagoon. This practice maximizes natural resources while providing a stable food supply to meet community needs. In addition to fishing, Nauruans cultivate crops suited to the island's harsh soil. Coconuts, a staple, offer multiple uses, providing food, drink, and cooking oil, while their leaves and trunks are used for crafting and construction. Indigenous plants like pandanus also play an essential role, offering a nutritious food source that thrives in arid conditions. Nauru's resourceful practices and rich cultural heritage showcase the resilience and ingenuity of its people. Despite its small size, this island nation continues to thrive, offering a unique glimpse into the intersection of history, nature, and human innovation. By the late 19th century, Nauru had come under German control and was annexed as part of the Marshall Islands Protectorate. At that time, the island's economy primarily relied on coconut cultivation and trade. However, a significant turning point occurred in the early 20th century when explorer Albert Fuller Ellis discovered vast phosphate deposits on the island. This discovery quickly made Nauru the center of attention for major world powers. The Pacific Phosphate Company, representing German interests, swiftly began exploiting these resources through trade agreements. Nauru's immense phosphate deposits stem from a unique, natural process spanning millions of years. Bird guano, rich in nutrients, accumulated over ancient coral reefs. Over time, these deposits seeped into and reacted with the underlying limestone, undergoing mineralization to form phosphate-rich ore. Geological activity uplifted these coral reefs above sea level, turning Nauru into a raised coral atoll and preserving its naturally high-grade phosphate reserves. Thanks to this geological advantage, Nauru became one of the most important phosphate suppliers in the 20th century, playing a critical role in global agriculture. Following World War I, Nauru was administered by Australia, Britain, and New Zealand under a League of Nations mandate. During World War II, the island fell under Japanese control and suffered significant damage. Nauru achieved independence in 1968, ushering in a period of prosperity fueled by phosphate mining. The Nauruan people purchased mining rights from foreign companies and took control of the island's resources. This abundant phosphate supply brought unparalleled wealth, making Nauru one of the richest countries per capita in the world during the 1970s, second only to Saudi Arabia. With this newfound wealth, the Nauruan government heavily invested in healthcare, education, and social welfare, while also developing infrastructure such as hotels, a golf course, and even establishing a national airline. However, this period of affluence was short-lived. Unplanned and unsustainable phosphate mining depleted the island's resources by the late 20th century. As a result, the island's center was left scarred, riddled with deep pits and jagged terrain, rendering 70% of its land unusable. Meanwhile, the government's international investments failed due to poor management, resulting in severe financial losses. Facing an economic crisis, Nauru sought temporary solutions to sustain its finances. In the 1990s, the nation became a tax haven for foreign companies, but this model collapsed under international scrutiny. At the turn of the 21st century, in an attempt to salvage its economy, Nauru signed an agreement with Australia to host offshore refugee detention centers. In return, Nauru received economic aid from Australia, which provided a critical financial lifeline for the island. However, these detention centers became the focus of intense human rights controversies. Reports of harsh living conditions, allegations of abuse, and inadequate access to healthcare and education drew heavy criticism from international organizations. Today, Nauru faces numerous severe challenges. Its natural environment has been devastated beyond recovery, leaving its land unsuitable for agriculture. The population relies almost entirely on imported food, which has led to significant health problems. Diets rich in calories but lacking nutritional balance have made Nauru the world leader in obesity and diabetes rates, straining an already fragile healthcare system. In addition, climate change and rising sea levels pose existential threats. As a low-lying island nation, Nauru is particularly vulnerable to land loss and coastal erosion, directly impacting housing and livelihoods. These issues are compounded by a staggering unemployment rate of around 90%, leaving most of the population dependent on international aid. The education system is also in disrepair due to a lack of investment and resources, limiting opportunities for younger generations to access knowledge and secure jobs. Despite its struggles, Nauru has potential as a tourism destination due to its natural beauty and unique history. Attractions like Buada Lagoon, the island's only brackish lake, pristine coral beaches, and diverse ecosystems hold a special appeal. Abandoned phosphate mines could also be repurposed as educational sites, offering insights into economic and environmental history. However, the island's limited infrastructure remains a significant obstacle. A single 12-mile, which is about 19-kilometer road, encircles the island, and public transportation is scarce, with residents relying on private vehicles. International connectivity depends on Nauru's airport, which has limited flights to Australia, Fiji, and a few other Pacific nations. Upgrading transportation infrastructure is vital for boosting trade and economic growth. Despite its limited resources, Nauru plays a prominent role in advocating for environmental protection and sustainable development. As a United Nations member, Nauru actively participates in global initiatives addressing climate change and environmental conservation. The country consistently calls on developed nations to reduce carbon emissions and provide financial assistance to vulnerable small island nations. Regionally, Nauru is an influential member of the Pacific Islands Forum, PIF, an intergovernmental organization promoting regional cooperation. The nation frequently raises critical issues like climate change, sustainable development, and marine resource protection, key concerns for Pacific Island countries. Diplomatically, Nauru stands out as one of the few nations to officially recognize Taiwan. This decision has secured significant financial and technical support from Taipei, but has strained relations with China due to its deviation from the One China policy. While this limits opportunities for economic and trade collaboration with Beijing, it highlights Nauru's commitment to maintaining an independent stance on the global stage. Nauru, a tiny island with a tumultuous history, serves as a testament to humanity's ability to adapt and survive. Its journey from prosperity to adversity is a cautionary tale of resource management, while its advocacy for global environmental action showcases its resilience and determination. If you love exploring unique stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more fascinating discoveries. See you on our next journey.